Good day, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Military and Foreign Affairs Network. I am your host, the voice of reason. Today, February 12th, 2022, we are continuing to monitor the situation between Ukraine and Russia, and I can really only describe the intensity of the situation as really off the charts at this moment. We continue to see the more embassies, foreign delegations based in Kiev, recalling its embassy staffs. We have now confirmed that the United States is removing its military forces from Ukraine. And again, those are the trained and equipped forces that predominantly operate in western Ukraine and are assisting the Ukrainian military in the deployment of some of these new assets the United States has delivered to help Ukraine defend itself from a possible Russian invasion. We're also seeing the United Kingdom withdraw its forces. And now, yesterday, reports were coming in that, in fact, Vladimir Putin has apparently made the decision to invade Ukraine. That was running across several news wires. There continues to be force movements by the Russians very, very close to the border. It would appear that the U.S. intelligence community has heard something or interdicted something that would indicate a operation by Russia could occur very, very soon. In fact, within hours, if not days. If we look at some of the weather reports that are coming in for the next few days. It would be probably better weather at night. The temperatures are going down into the freezing levels to assist in the creating an environment where it is not so marshy and wet for some of these forces that may be moving across the border of Ukraine. And also, the sky will be relatively clear for the next few days. I believe until Wednesday or Thursday, it starts to get cloudy again. But for areas such as over areas near northern Ukraine, it would indicate that there is going to be areas where we don't have that low cloud cover, and we have semi clear nights in which Russian combat aircraft could operate. Obviously, with GPS guided munitions, especially cruise missiles, that's not so much an issue. But for other systems and fixed wing aircraft, it still can be a issue. Furthermore, we continue to see really the rhetoric just is really off the charts, and I can't think of a time, at least in my lifetime, where we have seen this sort of hostility and intensity taking place in within the confines of Europe and two industrial nations such as Russia and Ukraine are really getting ready and, for all intents and purposes, getting ready to tee off on each other. But again, I do find it rather interesting how some of this leaked information is now predicting to the actual date of when they believe a Russian operation is going to take place. And I got to tell you that some of these reports are very, very bold in terms of what the intel community believes is going to happen. The Western intelligence, especially CIA, NSA, really believes this is going to happen and happen very, very soon. And it's almost to the point of being absolute at this point. Now, with that being said, if it doesn't happen, a lot of these folks are going to have egg on their faces, huge amounts of egg on their faces, because they called it wrong. And again, we continue to see just even in Ukraine now, we're starting to see people increase the level of anxiety. It's been fairly in terms of what has been happening in the Ukraine. They appear to be kind of used to this stuff, and if you were to go into Kiev again, it is not a country that appears to be on a war footing in some places. Again, a lot of folks just simply do not believe it is still going to occur in Ukraine. And I don't know if it's an issue of they're just in disbelief, or they have a better assessment of what is happening than some Western intelligence agency. It's really a strange time right now in terms of what's being reported, how it's being reported, and especially when you look at the president of Ukraine basically asking for proof in terms of just what intelligence the U.S. has that makes them believe that the Russians are getting ready to invade. Now again, we've really never seen this sort of absolutism coming out of the United States intel agencies, and I don't know if it's just a lot of leaks and or it's a tactic that's being used by the Biden administration. It's very difficult to say what's happening right now, because the Russians are, at least on the surface, they're saying they are not going to invade Ukraine. And, and on the other hand, you do have this massive troop deployment, probably the biggest troop deployment, again, based even on percentage basis of total armed forces that we haven't seen since World War II. Even during, again, Soviet times in the Cold War, you never saw a mass mobilization and movement of forces on a percentage basis, the likes of which we are seeing right now. But again, I don't believe that is what is driving some of the reports that indicate an invasion is imminent. I almost am to the point that they have actually heard something and have received other, and obviously they would have had to have received other information that would indicate that the Russians have decided to go ahead with an operation. And it appears right now that the early stages of the operation could actually be underway. So again, we're watching this very closely, and we could see some activity very soon by the Russian military. We're watching different areas very closely, and obviously, if and when things kick off, we'll continue our coverage and monitor things very closely in terms of what's happening. And that's what we have for today. Again, watching this very closely. Have a good day, everybody.